Hi, welcome to Briones Pickleball. My name is Jordan Briones, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about high-level doubles strategy, specifically transitioning up to the non-volley zone and making your way through that transition. You're not going to want to miss this, so now let's jump right in. All right, so there's a lot to get to. We're going to jump in right away. What we're going to do is we're going to watch the point in full, and then we're going to slow-mo it and break it down. All right, so here we go again. We got the same crew. We got Joe on the far side in the black, Craig on the far side in the gray. I'm at the non-volley zone line there, and returning here on the odd side is my friend Pessa. All right, so Craig's the serve. Pessa hits a pretty good return, follows it up to the net, and here we see Craig attempt his third shot drop. Now the first thing I want to mention is Craig's body position and his stance. He's well balanced. He's hitting the shot with a good low center of gravity. And I want you to watch his partner Joe. Okay, so his partner Joe does not run all the way in, but he is doing what I call a lead in. And I'm going to talk about this specifically in a future video, but you'll see this in high level play. He saw that Craig was well balanced and is pretty confident that Craig is going to hit a fairly good third shot drop, and he leads him in. So Joe is taking a couple steps in, and right away off of Craig's paddle, he's assessing the ball. This is so key at any level. When you are the partner of the player who is attempting their third shot and they're going for a drop, you don't want to just rush in like a headless chicken. You gotta watch your partner hit the ball, watch the ball off of their paddle, and then you're assessing the ball through the air here. Now, Joe is watching it here, and then it is a little high, and you can see Pessa here is taking it around net level with his forehand. So Craig knows this. You could even see him not really coming. He has his feet at the baseline, and you could see Joe even take a quick little step back, and he split steps. Now Pessa takes this ball and sends it to the deeper player, which is a really good play. It's cross court as well, so you have more room and more margin. And Craig attempts his second drop, so this would be the fifth shot drop. So as Craig attempts this second drop here, look at the body position and how low the contact that Pessa is forced to hit this ball. So again, watch Joe see it off Craig's paddle, and he recognizes this, and you can see him take a couple steps in or a step in to put that pressure. He's trying to close into the net, and Pessa does a good job here. He gets really low. Now this is kind of Pessa's choice here. He could have maybe drop step back, but he's trying to, hit a little bit of a topspin roll here. And since Joe is right in front of him, he sends it back again to the deep player, because it's hard from this low contact point to get it at Joe's feet. If he pops it up or hits it kind of to Joe's direction, it's going to pop up and Joe's going to be able to hit it straight down. So Pessa knows that, so he's going to keep it cross court again to Craig. All right, so since Joe didn't get this ball, he holds his position. Now Craig here is hitting another drop, trying to hit another one to get in here. Now this notion here of trying to make it up to the non-volley zone line with your partner and being as a wall and trying to come in exactly together, you can see in high level play that does not happen. It actually rarely happens. So here we go again, and what do you see? It's a little bit high now. So again, this is another net level ball, and watch Joe as he recognizes it again off of his paddle. He recognizes it, he takes a couple shuffle steps back, and then watch him split step. Now, since it was a little bit higher ball for Pessa, instead of going back to Craig, because he went to him the past 2 or 3 times, he tries to catch Joe off guard here and see if he could force a low ball here, which he does. And look at Joe's positioning again, great split step. That's good recognition of a little slightly lifted ball, and he drops in a low position, and look at his paddle position, super low. So he just puts his paddle down, great reset there. And here as the ball is coming back to Pesa, we can see from this angle, this is, you know, give or take around net level again. And again, they're still kind of stuck in this one up, one back formation with Joe kind of in that transition. And then Craig is still stuck there at the baseline, which is totally okay. This goes to show you the patience of higher level players, how they work their way in, and you know, ideally, yes, a good third shot drop. After that, you would both be in with your partner, but that doesn't happen every single time. So now Pesa decides to keep it back again at Craig. Since he's back at the baseline here, Craig hits another ball, and this one you can tell goes higher than net level. Now, verbally, let's just listen to this. You could even hear Craig communicate with Joe. So again, Joe does a good job watching it off of Craig's paddle, and also with the help of the communication, you can see Joe really take a large couple steps back, and he drops his paddle down and split steps. Look at this body position, really wide stance. And again, when you're playing defense, you get low, use your knees, bend your knees, and you drop your paddle in a backhand position. All right, so now Joe hits a really good reset, which now Pesa cannot take out of the air. So you can see both of them kind of sprint forward together, try to gain some ground. And I just want you to see this. Yes, Joe is a little bit further up than Craig because of their previous positioning, but watch their split step. Synchronization at its finest here. They come and they stop together. So this is really important in higher levels as you are coming in, working your way through that transition zone. And we talk about it a lot in our videos, the split step. You can see it here. Joe, after a really nice reset, they both try to come in, gain some ground, because now that ball's bouncing. Pesa can't take it out of the air, and they are trying to close and make it harder for Pesa to hit them at their feet. So here we go, good split step, and Pesa again goes to the deeper player. Now this is a good play here. Craig's a little bit further back in transition. It's easier to get to Craig's feet than Joe's here. So Craig gets low again, backhand position, and now Craig hits a really good reset. You can see this forces me a ball that's well below net level, and the most that I can do with this one is just dink it. So again, I make a smart play here. I keep it low, dink it in the kitchen there. Joe hits a cross-court ball. So as I receive this ball from Joe, I hit a really angled, wide cross-court dink here. Now, I think looking at this from this angle here, I think Joe might have been able to go around the post, but he decides to not go around the post and try to dink it. And I do want to stop the video here. Look at Joe's left foot. It's actually outside the sideline. Because of this angled dink that I sent Joe, I sent him off the court, and his whole body and both of his feet are actually on the sidelines of the court. Now I want you to look at his partner, Craig now. Craig is literally straddling that middle line, and Craig is in perfect position here. So when you get pulled off the court this far off and you actually have both feet off of the court, your partner should generally be straddling that middle line, because in this point of time now, Craig is responsible for the whole court. All right, so this dink now that Joe hits is a little bit high. I actually probably thought it was a little bit higher than it was, because as you can see it dropping here, it actually drops below net level. And again, like the other strategy video that we did, when your opponent drops their paddle head down, you can see this is a great example here. Get ready to be attacked. So in this situation here, I'm going to attack Craig, right? Because he's right in front of me. He has the least amount of reaction time. From this angle, you can see it here. I actually try to catch Craig off guard a little bit. You can see from this angle, I try to go inside out on him, but he just has good hands here, and I don't get the ball low. And that's a big thing in higher level play. Sometimes when you're even trying to hit a little trick shot or go inside out, if you don't get that ball low, they can just punch that volley down, and that's exactly what Craig does here. So right here again, let's go back to this. Joe had a really defensive shot here, and we were on the offense here, but because I didn't put this in the best spot possible, it's kind of right to Craig's torso area, right to his backhand. He punches it right down, and fortunately I can dig this ball out. Okay, now I want you to see the response of me and Pesa, which is really cool here, and you won't see this unless you slow it down, but he can see that ball's way behind me as Craig hits that great shot, forces me into a half volley, and look, both of us take a step back together and we take a wide, low split step so that we can get ready for the ball. Remember, I was just in a very defensive position and the ball could be popped up a little bit, so we both retreat back, split step at the same time, good synchronization there, and now Craig is just trying to keep the ball back at my feet. So here we go. I try to reset it here. You can see I definitely set it a little bit high, and watch now as Joe's paddle comes back. So he's going to get ready to attack this ball, and this ball is definitely a little bit above net level. So you can see here, Joe's in a good stance here. This is just a good forehand topspin shot here. And I want you to see here, as we split step here, me and Pesa are really, really low. You can see we're both in the backhand position. And again, we are on the extreme defense. So we are being attacked here. So look at where both of our paddles are. So really quickly, look where mine is. Mine is around thigh level, I would say just below my waist. And then Pesa's is around waist level. In the previous video, there was a few comments saying, well, you shouldn't really hold your paddle that low. This is, again, high level play. Great example. When you're playing defense, drop that paddle down because the ball's going to come down. Now we can see here as Joe attacks this ball with his forehand, look at where the ball goes. It actually goes lower. So this is about shin level now for Pesa. I think he was in a good position. Joe just made a really good shot and it just is way below net level. Pesa tries to dig it out and then Joe is just ready for the counter. So anytime you attack, this is just a really good reminder to attack and be ready to attack again. So as Joe attacks this, look at this. We both have our paddles down really low and we actually take a little bit of a step back and retreat and split step again. As Pesa digs out this tough ball, really tough ball at his shins, we both take a little step back and try to set up to block and defend again. Look at Pesa's paddle position now. It's even lower, right? It's below his knee level because, again, he knows that Joe's going to come down at his feet. And here we go. This is the last shot of the rally. And you can see here, Pesa just frames it a little bit on the edge here, and I think he doesn't get a clean hit, and it goes into the net. When we're doing breakdowns and slow-mos like this and breaking down one point, there are so many things going on and there's so many things to mention. As I watch this clip even 2 or 3 more times, there's even more things that I could have pointed out. This is why it's really good to try to record your matches if you're really serious about improving, and you can see if you're making good decisions or not so good decisions. Again, if you found this content helpful, go ahead and give this video a like. Leave a comment below on a light bulb that maybe went off or something that you really enjoyed in this video. We really hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn more, go ahead and head on to brioneспickleball.com. We'd like to connect with you and help you on your pickleball journey. Again, thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when